Greetings, Bridge to Clemson students. I'm Dr. Galen DeHay, President at Tri-County Technical College. On behalf of the faculty and staff at Tri-County Technical College, I want to formally welcome you as members of the 2020-2021 Bridge to Clemson class. I know the fall semester is not starting in the way that you had anticipated, but your participation in this virtual convocation signifies to me that you are rising to the occasion and showing resilience that will carry you forward throughout your college careers. Let's embrace this can-do attitude, as it will help you thrive during these challenging times and beyond. At Tri-County, student success is our #1 priority. We are committed to ensuring that you have a high-quality teaching and learning experience and a safe environment. Your faculty have worked very hard to prepare some excellent class and lab experiences for you this academic year. Whether courses meet online or in person, Tri-County is committed to providing you with a high-quality education in a very interactive learning environment. You will have opportunities to interact and engage with not only the course content, but also other students and instructors as well. As Bridge to Clemson students, you are unique in that you have the opportunity to access resources from 2 separate institutions, both Clemson and Tri-County. I encourage you to make use of these resources. Ask questions. Seek help when you need it. The coronavirus pandemic may have thrust us into the same storm, but we are not in the same boat. We realize that each of you will experience this year in a different way. Please know that we are here for you, and we are committed to your success. I wish you all the best of luck and look forward to seeing you on campus sometime soon. Thank you.
On behalf of President Clements, Provost Bob Jones, and all of us here at Clemson University, I am honored to welcome you to our family as part of the Bridge to Clemson program. I am excited that you have chosen to join us in this collaborative program with Tri-County Technical College that for more than a decade has been a pathway to a Clemson degree for more than 6,000 students. I have no doubt that in this year, at this time, you have had doubts, thoughts about not coming, or waiting for the world to settle down. I'm glad to know that you have chosen to be here with us in this moment. Know that your health and safety and that of our community is our highest priority. That is why, along with our partners at Tri-County, we have chosen to start classes fully online this fall. I know this isn't what you wanted. It's not what we wanted. But it is the right choice, giving us a little more time to prepare for your eventual arrival on campus and in the classrooms at Tri-County. Know that we all have been working very hard. Your instructors have spent the summer preparing to engage with you, learning best practices, writing new assignments, and adjusting their courses to make your academic experience the best it can be. Know that you also have the staffs of 2 institutions ready and prepared to help you in every way possible. My one piece of advice: don't go it alone. I know things can be difficult in this virtual world. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help. One thing about questions: if you're thinking it, so are others, and all will benefit from your courage to ask. Outside of class, form a study group. Get to know your fellow students. I know that I would never have passed organic chemistry if it weren't for my study group. They kept me sane. I learned that chemistry is hard for others as well. We studied together. We struggled together. We did not take exams together. And we celebrated when we all excelled. Many are still my friends. They helped me find my passions, which led to my career as a neuroscientist. So look beyond the state of the world right now. It will get better. Look at where you are in this new beginning, here, now. Make it work for you. Make it part of your story. I look forward to the day just a few years from now when you will get to walk across the stage and celebrate your Clemson degree. Welcome, and go Tigers.
Hello, my name is Dr. William McCoy, and I serve as the director of the Rutland Institute for Ethics here at Clemson University. I am also a faculty member for the College of Education, as well as the interim director for Pan-African Studies. Welcome to the Bridge program. You are here because you have earned a spot to be here. You're here because you've worked hard in your studies and you've chosen to take education to the next level to ensure a more successful future. You have my admiration and you have my pledge that I will do all that I can to help you make your vision of completing a degree a reality. I am in my regalia to remind you of your ultimate goal of graduating from Clemson University. Now that you are enrolled, and when you finally get on campus, you will have a lot of fun. You should develop new friends and be pushed outside of your comfort zone. Embrace learning and broaden your perspective. This was the case with Rodney Dangerfield in the movie Back to School. You see, he was a self-made millionaire and a wealthy man accustomed to things being done his way. And although his money could buy a lot of things, he was about to learn that some things in college were beyond his control.
Hey, Mr. M, you're all set. We've been working all night long. We got it all done.
Oh, thanks, Buzzy. I appreciate it. Look, add a few hundred to the bill and throw you and the boys a little party,
Hey,
okay?
you know what you got, Mr. M? You got class.
It rubbed off from you, Buzzy. Say hello to Sonia for me, huh?
You got it.
Hey, I want to talk to you about my schedule. We'll go over it later. Well, boys, what do you think?
Woo! Got a hot tub in there.
Well, how can you study if you're not relaxed? When's our first class?
We got economics tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock? No good. I got a massage 11 o'clock. Tell them to make it 2 o'clock.
No, Dad, you don't get it. They're not gonna reschedule the classes around your massage.
All right, 11 o'clock, but I'm going to talk to that dean. I mean, these classes could be a real inconvenience.
College will, from time to time, be difficult. Don't do like Dangerfield, who had partied with the college students most of the semester and crammed all night prior to his final exams. His business professor was, shall we say, challenging, but his determination to prove himself came through loud and clear.
Discuss the foundations of modern global business systems, Part 1. Define and differentiate the three economic philosophies of capitalism, socialism, and communism as pertains to A, management fundamentals, B, organizing and staffing, C, labor management, and D, production and operations. Part 2. Are you getting all this, Mr. Mellon?
Yeah, it's a piece of cake. In response to Roman numeral 27, section 3, part 2 of subset D of the question, the answer is...
Mr. Mellon.
Mr. Mellon?
Hey, relax. This man's been put under a lot of pressure here. Let's take it easy on him. Say it! Say it!
The answer is 4? Right.
College will also help you make learning connections that will last a lifetime. Most of these connections will be with your fellow students. but some of them will be with the very professors that you come to admire. Professors that help stimulate your mind with new and exciting things that you wouldn't have dreamed possible. Again, Dangerfield helps us to see the usefulness of making those connections.
Thornton, do you remember when we discussed the Dylan Thomas poem? Do not go gentle into that good night.
I don't know. No. Maybe.
Thornton, think.
What's going on here?
Philip, relax. It's my turn. Do you remember it?
Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn in rage at close of day. Rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late. They grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Brave men, near death, who see with blinding sight. Blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there in the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light.
Most importantly, you are in college now, so handle your business. I have always told my students that if you study hard Sunday afternoon through Friday afternoon, you can play hard and safely Friday afternoon through Sunday afternoon. Learn how to balance your time. Don't be afraid to ask questions when you don't know. And get involved in campus activities. Don't be like my friend, Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout, who couldn't handle her business like she should have. And she allowed things to get too far out of hand before trying to fix the situation. Surely you've heard of Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout, who would not take the garbage out. Well, the story goes like this. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams. And though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceiling. Coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the window, it blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, and orange peels, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black burnt butter toast, grisly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled on down the hall. It raised the roof. It broke the wall with greasy napkins and cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dried, curdled milk and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last, the garbage reached so high that finally it touched the sky, and all of her neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come to play. And finally, Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout said, "Okay, all right already. Stop bugging me. I'll take the garbage out. But then, of course, it was too late because the garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate. And there in the garbage she did hate, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate because the hour is much too late. But always remember Sarah Stout and always take the garbage out. Don't be like Sarah. You are here now. Handle your business.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bridge to Clemson program. I'm Amy Borders. I'm an English instructor and the Honor Society advisor at Tri-County Technical College, and I would like to share some advice for this new frontier you're approaching, which is your freshman year of college. Being successful as a first-year student starts with connecting, communicating, practicing professional etiquette, and especially reaching out when you need help. So, how is it going to be possible to connect when we won't even be in the same classroom, at least for the first semester or for the first month of the semester of college? Well, there are still plenty of ways that you can connect with your teachers and fellow students, such as through email. You can also follow up in class discussion forums with additions and challenges to what your peers have to say. You can set up virtual meetings with your teachers. Even though we will not have face-to-face hours, we will still keep virtual office hours, and you should sign up for those so that you can ask questions and just get connected with your teachers. You should make an effort to respond to questions that are posed in the classroom. And so there are other ways. Those are some ways that you can connect even though we won't be face-to-face. You have some ways to connect, but why should you connect with your classmates and with your teachers? Well, there are a few reasons, but foremost is that students who connect do display a higher level of academic success. They gain more respect, and they make a bigger impact throughout their academic careers. Students who don't connect encounter more obstacles and roadblocks, and we don't want you to encounter roadblocks or obstacles or miss out on any opportunities that you might take advantage of. We want you to grab all of the opportunities that are afforded to you as a college student. What does professional communication and etiquette look like? Well, an email to your professor or a post in a class discussion forum should not look the same as a text to your friend. For instance, you should not use intentional abbreviations or misspellings, like the letter U for the word you. You should make sure that you edit. Every email and communication should use clear, concise, and respectful language. You should also keep in mind that just like you are taking multiple classes, your teacher is also teaching multiple classes. So when you email a teacher, you want to make sure that you include all of the information that's going to make it easy and quick for your teacher to respond. Things like your class, your section, the time that your class meets, and especially your name. I can't tell you how many emails I've gotten with no name at the bottom, and it's so much quicker for me to send a response when I know who you are than to have to look up who you are by searching for your email address. So an example of an email could look something like this. Hi, Dr. Morrissey. I'm in your 905 Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, the 205 section 6, and I just have a quick question about Friday's assignment. Is it okay to collaborate, or should we be working alone? Thanks, Amy Borders. And when you receive a response, it's really nice as a teacher to just get a quick reply. Anything like, thanks for the clarification, is another way to connect with your teacher. So take every opportunity to reach out and do that. You can find your instructor's email and available office hours on Starfish, which is linked in ETC's Get Connected tab. So if you plan on emailing your teacher, you want to make sure that you expect up to 48 hours for a response. It's not always that it's going to take that long, but depending on workload and the time that you email, it could take up to 48 hours. The reason that I'm giving you a time is because you want to make sure you email a pertinent question early enough to actually get a response. So if you email me 5 minutes before an assignment is due, it's likely that you're not going to get the answer that you need in time to turn that assignment in. Likewise, when you want to make an appointment with a teacher, you want to do that early enough so that any question you actually have can be answered before an assignment is due. So if you want to ask me face-to-face or virtually whether you should write a thesis a certain way, you want to make that appointment a couple of days before the essay is due so that you have adequate time to take into consideration any suggestions that I might make or any of your teachers. If you do set up an online appointment, you and your teacher will both receive a virtual or an email confirmation of that appointment, and you want to make sure you put that on your calendar so you don't miss the appointment and you're not late to the appointment. And in the event that you have to cancel, just make sure that you cancel that in a timely fashion as soon as you find out you need to cancel. So, besides connecting with your teachers and your fellow classmates, you want to make sure that you also seek out opportunities to advance your academic career. And in the Tri-County Arts and Sciences Department and Division, we have several opportunities that you can use to do that. So first of all, there is foreign language placement and exemption. There are music clubs and groups, and there are also opportunities to take linked learning communities. A linked learning community is a set of 2 classes that work together in order to help you through a certain course. And the way that they do that is through team building, increasing study skills, and utilizing resources. And an example of that is a class that I teach. It's an English 101 that combines with English 150. Students who did not quite make the AccuPlacer score to get into English 101 can still get into it in their freshman first semester by pairing it with English 150. And what that does is give 101 students who need a little extra help, extra peer reviews, extra workshops, and extra grammar and mechanics practice. And when you do that, you actually get through what would be 2 semesters of English in 1 semester. So a linked learning community is one way that you can take advantage of academic opportunities. Another way that you can potentially get ahead in your course curriculum is if you are in a major that requires a language. If your chosen language is Spanish, you can choose foreign language placement or foreign language exemption. And the difference between those 2 things is that foreign language placement is a test that you take for free. Depending on where you test and what your skill level is, you can place out of certain courses in Spanish. So if you place out of Spanish 101, then you can go straight into 102. If your major requires Spanish 202 as the top Spanish, then you only have to take 3 semesters instead of 4. So that's pretty great. If you choose to take the exemption exam, that does cost $75, but any course that you exempt, you actually get the course credit for. So if you exempt through your skill level on the test, Spanish 101 and Spanish 102, then you will have paid $75, but you'll also leave that exam with 8 credit hours, 4 for 101 and 4 for 102. So that's also pretty great. However, you have to take into consideration it is an exam. So you don't want to take that unless you feel proficient, at least to some degree, in Spanish. So the placement exam is free, but you don't get credit. The exemption exam costs $75, and you'll get up to 14 hours of credit depending on where you place. Another potential opportunity for musicians is music opportunities at Tri-County and at Clemson. So as a Bridge to Clemson student, you have lots of options for this. The Clemson Marching Band is open to Bridge students via audition. Tri-County has several musical organizations. We have band and choir. including jazz band, and there is band and choir available at Clemson as well for Bridge students. If you take a Tri-County music class, that will count toward your Bridge credit hours, and it also would count towards an Associate in Arts or Associate in Science degree if any of you are going to grab that 2-year degree on your way through the Bridge program. Whatever you're interested in, whatever your major is, we most of all want you to stay focused, take care of yourself, make wise decisions, and try to enjoy your first year of college. For more ways to connect, communicate, and reach out, follow @Bridge2Clemson on social media. You can also download the My.Clemson, Edge, and Bridge apps on the App Store through Apple products and through Google Play for Androids. So once again, welcome to Bridge. Welcome to Bridge2Clemson, and good luck with your first year.